You're all right there, folks. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Lovely to see you, as always. How are we? How have we all been? Been a couple of days, hasn't it? Been a few days since we last got down. Rain delay. What can you do, eh? What can you do? We had a couple of trebles on the go that got split over 2 or 3 days. We'll touch on them dead quick before we get into the picks. For those of you that remember, we had Alexei Popperin. Yeah, we had Alexei Popperin, Yuri Lehechka, Flavio Caboli on one treble. We got Popperin and Lehechka in the one day. We had to wait 3 days for Flavio Caboli. I was staring at that cash out for 3 days, man. And you know what? I hung in there and I was happy it did. He's dropped the first set, but I was never really in doubt with that. Well done if you jumped on that one. And then the next one we had, this was a mad set of games. So we had Tommy Paul against Tabilo. I'll be honest with you, I turned that game off. I ended up going back to bed. I was like, he's fucking done. Absolutely done. Woke up, didn't even check it. I seen someone in the comments later that night saying, wow, that was some comeback from Tommy Paul. Are you fucking messing? How did he pull that back? Great shit from Tommy Paul, but a lot of time on the court there. We'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, Tommy Paul got that one done against Tabilo. How he fucking... Yeah, absolute madness. We had Tsitsipas as well. He ended up getting that one done in straight sets. Can't remember who he played. And then the only letdown since we last spoke was it had to be Hugo Humbert, didn't it? Hugo. I know it was you, Hugo. You broke my heart. Fucking... Anyone watch that game with him and Monfils? He dropped that first set, which I'll be honest with you, like Monfils, if he's going to win a set, it's going to be the first one, isn't it? Hugo Humbert fisted him, absolutely fisted him in that second set, and then I'll be honest with you, I thought he probably could have retired. Don't know what was up with him. He looked fucking something, yeah. Something happened to him in that last one. He ended up calling that medical timeout, and then just came back and got fucking blitzed anyway. It's all right. It's all right. I think we took him on a unit lock as well, managed the points, so no dice there. Ending on a positive, we also had Ben Shelton in straight sets on the unit lock. Happy days. Happy days. So a treble and a unit lock since we last seen each other. That's all right. Only Hugo Humbert killed us off. And would you know it, another Frenchie. Them Frenchies have been the bane of our entire tournament, haven't they? Is there any left? I think there's one left, but I think we can profit off this one. Right, it's enough of that. Like the video if you would, subscribe if you're not. If you want to support the channel, link in the description, the pinned comment, along with the picks. You can do just that, only if you want, if you're feeling generous. Right then, let's fucking get into it then, innit? Let's talk some tennis. Where do we go? We'll just start from the top, innit? Couple of big favourites here. I mean, speaking of favourites, I think pretty much every favourite won today, didn't he? Oh no, every favourite apart from Marcus Garoni got beat by David Goffin. And do I just... Yeah, you know what? There's a couple that I'm not going to have a bet on. So I'll just go through them first. Doesn't matter what order they're in. There's only a few. So first one is David Goffin and Alexander Zverev. So Zverev is 1.14 on the decimal. Head-to-head's for a PC, so we've seen a lot of each other over the years. Anyone watch Zverev against Greek Sport today? I did. What a fucking circus that was. That was just... I don't know what yeah, speechless. Absolutely speechless. I don't know what Zverev was doing there. Like, he barely won that first tiebreak. Must have went in and had a fucking bong hit or something. I don't know. That second set was horrendous. Horrendous. How he didn't get bageled. You know, I'm pretty sure he was like... Greek Sport, like, it was 5-0 when he broke him 3 times in that second set. Like, yeah, he didn't look good. And then that final moment to the tiebreaker as well, look, good shit from telling Greek Sport, but Zverev just couldn't buy a break point, man. Well, he could buy one, he just couldn't cash it at all. Piss poor on the break points. Don't know what was up with him. Such a massive favourite against David Goffin. David Goffin, I can only say I've been impressed with him. Like, we all have, haven't we? Over the past few months. Fantastic. Shit out, David Goffin. Beat Duckworth, beat Lorenzo Musetti. Came back and beat Marcus Giron today. I thought he was finished. He tanked that first set bad as well. That was like 6-1, was it? 6-2? I think it was 6-1. Don't know what the points are going to be on there. You've got to assume it's going to be like 5.5. 4.5 doesn't seem enough. If you can get David Goffin at 5.5 there, I don't know, listen to me. Zverev's beaten the last 2 times. He beat him at the French Open in straight sets. Tiebreaker in the first, 6-2, 6-2. He beat him in Rome, 2-1. David Goffin then beat him. Nah, you know what? Fuck it. Look, if you're taking that, dog on the spread, dog or not, and I'll be taking David Goffin plus the points. Based on what I've seen today, look, Zverev beats him, doesn't he? I would be so shocked if David Goffin actually wins. But 5.5 points is a lot. Especially in a best of 3, 5.5 is a lot. That's a lot. I'd be looking at Goffin or nothing. Where do we go here? We'll go for Djokovic, you know. So Roman Safiullin and Djokovic. Djokovic an even bigger favourite, 1.09. Head-to-head, 2-0 to Djokovic. Now that's a spread that is going to be 5.5. Has to be. Has to be. I'm just going off the Alcaraz and Monfils line. This Djokovic one is fucking pretty much identical. Call it 5.5 for Roman Safiullin here. Did anyone watch him? Francis Tiafoe today? Did we all see Francis Tiafoe lose his shit at the end of the game? It's funny that, really. Seen loads of people on Twitter being like, "Oh my god, he should be banned from the tour," and like, you should take his ranking off. I'm like, get a fucking grip. It's like competing at the highest level, aren't you? It's like tempers flared. I know it was a load of bullshit and that. I know, I've seen it, but like, come on, what did he say? Fuck you, get the fuck off, whatever. Oh, it's all right. I wouldn't be crucifying him for that. We still rock with Big Foe, don't we? Good shit from Roman Safiullin, though. He's still here. He's still hanging in. I feel like this is most definitely the last stop, though, innit? Most definitely the last stop. What do we say about Roman Safiullin all the time? Blows hot and cold. Blows hot and cold. When he's hot, he's on fire. When he's cold, he's fucking freezing. I think he's playing really good. I weren't really sold on him after his first 2 games. Like the Zakayev game, alright, whatever. Bublik, bit more so. But even still, a game he should be winning. That game against Tiafoe there, regardless of what you think of the results, played some solid tennis. Djokovic hasn't dropped a set yet. He beat Alex Michelsen and Flavio Cobolli today. Look, one or two ways you're going to go about this, innit? Let's be real. You're going to have to take Safiullin plus the 5.5 or Djokovic in straight sets. Completely up to you. Completely up to you. You think Roman Safiullin can beat him? I don't know. I think he can keep it close, you know. Like I said, 5.5. That's a lot of games. That's a lot of points in a best of 3. Maybe the dogs are barking today. Maybe after pretty much all in favourites winning today, we're bound to have some dogs, aren't we? We're bound to. Maybe not winners, but, excuse me, got some really good spreads here. So we'll, yeah, I think we'll rock with Safiullin plus the points, if anything. I'm not touching it. I imagine Djokovic just annihilates him like he does with everyone, but trusting him to keep it close. And then, look, same goes for this one. We've got Alcaraz and Monfils in the rematch. Revenge for Carlito. Yeah, there's only one outcome here, isn't there? There's only one outcome here. Monfils barely beat Sebastian Baez, and if it weren't for Hugo Humbert catching the plague in that 3rd set, he wouldn't have beat him either. No chance. No chance. When did he beat him? When did these play last? Well, it was Cincinnati. I thought it was Canada. Yeah, it was Cincinnati. Monfils 2-1. Spread 5.5. You going for that? You take a Monfils plus 5.5 here against Alcaraz. I couldn't talk it off that, you know. Me personally, I'm not going for it. I'm not getting fucked over by Monfils and then putting money on him and then risking him fucking me over once and then trust him instead of backing him. So I'll stay off that. I pretty much think Alcaraz does. Like, Monfils doesn't look like he's got much left. He doesn't. He looks like he's running on fumes, man. Carlos in straight sets. Monfils plus them 5.5. Like recency bias the side and forgetting about the unbaked game. Monfils could easily cover that. Let's be real, he could easily cover it. I'm not so sure that he does, but you know, this time tomorrow night, we may be looking at that going, oh, plus 5.5 was a fucking steal, weren't it? Maybe, maybe not. Let me know what you're going for in the comments. And then it's time to get into some juicy ones, innit? Where do we start here? Right, okay then. Okay. Unit lock time. First unit lock of the day for me in the round of 16. We've got Yannick Sinner, Ben Shelton. Yannick Sinner, 1.15 on the decimal. Head-to-heads, 2-1 to Yannick Sinner. Beat him in straight sets in Wimbledon. Beat him in the Indian Wells in straight sets. Beat him in Vienna in straight sets. Ben Shelton beat him 2-1 in Shanghai last year. This very tournament. You know what? Ben Shelton's been playing good, you know. He's been serving really well. Really, really good saves from Ben Shelton. Yannick Sinner's beat Saro Daniel. We knew he would. He covered the spread on that. That was like minus 11.5 games or something. And then he beat Echeverry 2-1. He did drop a set to Echeverry. Ben Shelton, on the other hand, I mean, his opponents haven't been the greatest either. He beat Dinas in straight sets and he beat Carbias Baena in straight sets too. I told you he would. We knew he would. See that? Art of Feast, you fucking watching that. Yeah, that's what you should have done, lad. You should have beat him in straight sets like Shelton done. Fucking, yeah. Jeez, got sidetracked there. Getting Ben Shelton here, plus 3.5, I think. Plus 3.5, it may be 4. Where is it? Oh, it's not showing me. Hey, look. I mean, where did Sinner go? So Yannick Sinner reached what, third round here, which, yeah, that was the Ben Shelton game last year. Shelton ended up getting beaten in the quarterfinals by Sebastian Korda. That was a tight game as well. Obviously, Sinner being the massive favourite. I wouldn't mind. Look, Ben Shelton's been solid all week. Look what's happening to him here. Go back and have a look at the videos a few months ago. I'd never went anywhere near this in this matchup. But you know what? Since it's a unit lock, and I'm not going to risk a parlay on it, I wouldn't mind watching this game with a little bit of money on Ben Shelton plus the 4.5. Oh, so it's 4.5, okay. 3.5 plus money. I wouldn't mind it at all. Ben Shelton plus 4.5. Anyone fancy that? Yannick Sinner minus the 4.5. I don't know, you know. I don't know. Gives a look. What was that score against Echeverry? Pardon me, 1 second, and then we'll crack on. Where was it? Tiebreaker 6-4, 6-2. Ben Shelton plus 4.5. Simple as that. Have a little sprinkle on it. Don't go mad. See what happens in it. It'll be a fun game. I reckon he can do it, you know. I reckon he could do it. You know, this time tomorrow night, I may look like a fucking genius. And if it doesn't come in, we'll just go, you know what then? You know, it was worth a punt. It was worth a punt. I don't mind rolling the dice on Ben tomorrow. Let me know what you think. We've then got Stefanos Tsitsipas, Daniel Medvedev, 1.41 on the decimal for Medvedev. 2 points, call it just 3. Yeah, 3 on the decimal for Tsitsipas. Head-to-head is 9-4 for Medvedev. Should be a Medvedev win this. It really should. What was he saying the other day about these? He was saying like he doesn't fancy these courts, does he? He's saying he's struggling to get some power behind these balls on the court. Who's he played? Who did he beat? He beat Sabo Field in straight sets, and he did drop a set to Matteo Arnaldi. Ended up coming back and beating him there. I've been rather impressed with. I say rather impressed. It's mad, isn't it? Like, this is the Tsitsipas that we know. This is the one that we expect to turn up. He's been very patchy as of late. Well, just as a season, had a bit of not a rough season, but not the season that we'd expect from someone like Tsitsipas on the left. And again, 41-18. Maybe it's just a hard court, isn't it? Yeah. Where's his hard court record? It's got to be 13-10. Spread's 2.5 here, I think. Yeah, 2.5. Is that enough? Is that enough? Do you think he's beat Alexander Muller and Nishikori straight sets? I don't know if that's enough for me to... You know, it's weird this as well, because I don't even fancy taking Medvedev on the money line to win this. Because it's a perfect parlay piece, isn't it? 1.45, 1.4 on the decimal for Medvedev on the hard court. Maybe we'd be stupid not to take that, but maybe that's just what he wants. Maybe that's just what the fucking bookies want, innit? They want us to take that Medvedev on the money line. And I'm very tempted, I won't lie, I am very tempted by it, but Tsitsipas, like, not looking at the odds, Tsitsipas give me no reason to fade him at all. At all. Maybe this would be a live bet. I usually say with the Tsitsipas games, don't I? Give it a game or two, see what that backhand's like. Live bet it. I could see Tsitsipas taking a set. If Arnaldi's going to take a set off Daniel Medvedev, I don't see why Tsitsipas won't the way he's playing. I'm not crazy for thinking that. That's not a bold assumption, is it? Don't mind it. I'm talking myself into it. You know, Tsitsipas plus the points. It is a doggy day, innit? We are getting very fucking doggy today. We're entering new territory here, folks. We don't usually do this, do we? But we know what we see. Tsitsipas plus them points. Tsitsipas even for a set, maybe. I don't know. I'm leaning more towards the Tsitsipas side than I am towards Medvedev. Why is that? Let me know why that is. What you think on that? Yeah, put a pin in that one. We'll see what happens with it. Few more, couple more, then we'll wrap this shit up. I've got, well, there's one definite official for me. Definite official. Yeah, look, we'll revert back. We'll put the Shelton one as a floater. Put the Shelton one as a floater. You can stick it on the parlay if you want, however you want to take it. But there is one definite official from me. And we'll get to that towards the end. But next one, dead quick, Tommy Paul, Thomas Mahatch, 1.5 on the decimal for Tommy Paul. Thomas Mahatch already beat him. When was that? That was the other week, wasn't it? Fucking hell, yeah, Jesus Christ. I got dementia or something like that. It was, yeah, literally a week ago, a couple of days ago. So we've been impressed with Thomas Mahatch, haven't we? Since he's come onto the Asian courts anyway, he's been really good. He's only lost one game. He's played 6 games, lost one. That was the Ugo Humbert in Tokyo. He ended up getting to the final, so that's all right. He's beat Alexei Popyrin, Tommy Paul, Alex Michelson, Davidovich Fokina, Alexander Vukic. Good shit. Good shit from Thomas Mahatch, man. Like, we know he can be like this. We know he can play like this. Tommy Paul, like I just mentioned, well, he beat Fabio Fognini in straight sets. That's no surprise at all. Getting past Alejandro Tabila, I don't know how he done that. And I don't know what that's cost to, you know, to pull that back and end up pulling. He dropped the first set as well, didn't he? That was it. He he was about to get done in straight sets, yeah, I remember it. Tiebreaker, and then how he ended up coming back from that beyond me, winning the tiebreaker and then winning 6-2 in the third. Was that just over 3 hours? I think it was just over 3 hours on the court there. I don't really fancy taking Tommy Paul. I usually would as well, but I'm pretty sure we took Tommy Paul in Tokyo, didn't we? Well, I did anyway. He ended up getting beat there by Mahatch. Why would he get? I don't understand. Like, that's rough, innit? This is a rough one. You know what? This is probably an over, innit? I'd say that. Is Tommy Paul just going to be a bit worse for wear? I'm not so sure. You know what? I don't know. It is a revenge spot, innit? It is the revenge spot. I don't know. I think the odds should be little bit closer than that. Little bit closer. I feel like, you know what? At such a good, like 2.75 there, I'd have to lean towards Thomas Mahatch in this one, boys. I'd have to. It's another dog. I know. What the fuck is going on? It's one of them days. It's just one of them days, as Limp Bizkit says. It's Thomas Mahatch for me, you know. I'm going to roll a dice on Thomas Mahatch. I think he gets it done against Tommy Paul. I really do. Take him on the money line at that price if you want. 2.5 on the spread. Maybe go with that. Yeah, couldn't talk it off. Couldn't talk it off either one of them. I'm leaning well towards Mahatch. I really am. More towards him than I am Tommy Paul anyway. Plus then points. Thomas Mahatch for a set if you're doing a parlay. Or if you just want to stick him to win outright, I think he does, you know. I think he does. Look, if Tommy Paul plays anywhere near as bad as what he played against Tabilo as well, like, come on, like, remember how bad he's been playing recently? He barely won a fucking game. If he plays half as bad against Thomas Mahatch as what he did against, you know, if he pulls that shit, what he done against Tabilo against Thomas Mahatch, there's no way he pulls that back the way he did. There's no way. As a matter of fact, if that was anyone other than Tabilo, if that would have been Thomas Mahatch in that game, it would have been curtains. So, enough said. Thomas Mahatch gets that one done for me. Sorry, Tommy, lad. You're still one of my favourite players, though. You're still my favourite American player, but I'm questioning your performance in this one, lad. I won't lie. Got Mensah and Dimitrov. I'm not touching it because I'm not betting against Dimitrov. You understand. I know you do. I don't even have to explain myself. You know by now. I'm not betting against Dimitrov. I'm not. Do I want to bet on Dimitrov at 1.4? You know what? Probably. Possibly. I don't see. You know what? Yeah, come on. Against Jakob Mensah. Mensah looks. He's been decent in these Asian courts as well. Let's give him his flowers. He's only lost the one game. That was who was that to? Sarundalo. He's beat Rublev. You know, I say he's beat Rublev. I mean, you know, how much weight does that hold anymore? Beat Artur Rindenich, beat Hugo Gaston, Rublev, Shevchenko, Pedro Martinez. Close games in his last 3 as well, all 2-1. Grigor Dimitrov looked fantastic against Popyrin today, but Popyrin just, I don't know. Did anyone catch that game? I caught a little bit of it. I was up this morning, couldn't sleep, so I stuck that on. Alexei Popyrin was just trying. We all know how good Dimitrov is with that backhand slice, don't we? It's probably the best on the tour, isn't it? He was trying to fucking slice with the slice master, and he fucked it up every time, man. It was one of them games where it looked like he dropped that first set, and then he just went, fuck this, I stand no chance. Dimitrov showing levels, really showing levels here, makes you think. Actually, no, it doesn't make you think. Like, look, Popyrin was fantastic over in the Masters, weren't he? Let's not take that away from him, but let's say this. you have to agree with me. Like we were talking about people winning that Masters tournament. Alexei Popyrin probably wouldn't have even been in the top 5, top 6, 7. Would he? Let's be real. He looked shit against fucking Dimitrov today, or just Dimitrov made him look shit. Yeah, I'll take the latter. I think Dimitrov should be beating Jakub Mensah, but Jakub Mensah has got this Terminator vibe about him where just when you think he's out, I don't know. See it being a rough one, being a gritty one. Maybe look towards an over in that game. I think Dimitrov gets it done if I was leaning towards the side. And then last one, then we'll wrap this shit up. Got Taylor Fritz, Holger Rune, 1.5 on the decimal. Taylor Fritz head to head is 1 apiece. Now, Holger Rune beat him in the Indian Wells this year. Dropped the first set 6-2, won a tiebreaker in the second, and then beat him 6-3 in the third. Taylor Fritz beating him on Miami last year in straight sets. Both of them been solid. Look, Taylor Fritz played Terence Atman, beat him in straight sets. Standard. Played Watanuki today, beat him in straight sets. Standard. Although he did get broken, like Watanuki, he weren't going away. He didn't make it easy for him. Nonetheless, two games, like, he should be winning them anyway. He really should be winning them. Holger Rune, on the other hand, Matteo Berrettini, Yuri Lehechka, he's looked quality. He's looked good. And I know what you're thinking, like, how many times have I said, we don't trust Holger Rune? I've lost trust in Holger Rune. I've lost a lot over this season, but you know what? I'm getting Holger Rune at +2.5 here. And you're a fucking idiot if you think I'm not taking that. He will definitely, he's got to keep this one close. I know he will. Not shitting on Taylor Fritz. He's our boy too. We like him. But the way Holger Rune's playing, I don't know. There's a weird vibe about Rune in this Masters. I can see him going deep. I really can. Say going deep, but in the round of 16, aren't we? But they've only played 2 games each, but obviously we're being seeded. I'm looking at the 2 wins Holger Rune's got in the bank there. Berrettini and Lehechka over Terence Atman and Watanuki. I think he keeps it close. I really do. I've been more impressed with Holger Rune than Taylor Fritz. How many fucking dogs is this here? Before I give this one out, let me just do a quick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of what? 8? Holger Rune +2.5. Yeah. But you didn't expect that when you clicked on the video, did you? You know what I mean? You're probably expecting a little double or treble with some favourites. No, not today. Not today, boys. Go different. Go out there. Go out on a limb. Try something new. It's not even trying something new. It's just doing what we know, innit? Like, what we do is watch games. And what we know is what we see. And what we see is right there in front of us, staring us right in the face. I think Holger Rune keeps it close. I really do. I think a lot of these dogs do. I really do. Bookies have got to get payback from today, man. They really have. That's not the reason I'm going for it. Although it is, it does come into play more often than we'd like to think. But I'd be going with Holger Rune plus the 2.5. That's the official from me. That is the official unit lock. I don't know what I'm going for as far as like parlays and that. I might not go for one. I'm going to stick a couple of floaters down there for the units if you want to go for it. Do what you want with them. One and only official from me, Holger Rune plus the 2.5. Sound. Right, let's end it with that. Coming up on half an hour. Appreciate you spending the time. As always, it means a lot to me. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that bollocks. Take it easy. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. Let's go get some cash. Best of luck to you. See you tomorrow.